everyone, welcome to Padel Smash Academy, and today we're reviewing this incredible racket, Tino Libaak's Nox racket.
El 60 va para el otro lado, amigo.
Leo, Libaak, ahí el choque de voleas en la red. ¡Qué clase, qué clase!
All right, Julian, let's talk about the description of this racket. As you can see, it's like gold, right?
I love it. The design, absolutely delightful, delicious. It's a sexy looking racket, let me tell you that. The goldish, brownish color, it's sublime.
What is that? Is that round? There's a teardrop?
No, yeah, I think it's more like a round teardrop.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a lighter racket. Obviously, Tino Libaak plays on the right side, so it's more like a Chingoto style of game where he needs to set up the game. He's not the powerful guy.
Technical guy.
Technical guy, yeah, the one who sets up. This racket, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a rough surface. So what do you think?
I think it's a beautiful racket. I mean, it's a beautiful design. Nox always makes really premium rackets, right? So it looks beautiful. I gotta tell you that. It's 12K carbon, which is great. I think it has like a medium to high sweet spot. I'd say more of a medium, but a little bit higher, but more. I gotta say more in medium, right? EV50. It has a rough kind of surface here. Overall, it's a beautiful looking racket. The thing weighs around 366.
Yeah.
Roughly where we weighed it.
So let's talk about it. 12K, which is a good balance. It's not too stiff. It's not too soft. I think 12K, it's the medium balance for all high-end rackets. For me, it's an absolute delightful racket. The EVA, it has the EVA 50. The EVA foam is whatever goes inside. And when you have the EVA foam, Nox has developed sort of like a combined foam between hard and soft, which it creates that perfect balance every time you hit that shot that is not really too stiff or too soft. So it's a great feeling racket. I mean, I call it the Tesla of the Nox rackets because it's quiet and efficient. And I really love that. What was your feeling?
I mean, I would say, yeah, you're right about the quietness because when I played with it, it just, and the typical rackets, like you hear that boom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this kind of was soft. I didn't hear that much. For me, this racket playability wise, it just didn't have enough for me. I mean, it had the control, had to be there. It just didn't have that for me, especially when it came to aerials, when it comes to the offense. I mean, it's an easy, racket to use. I just didn't have that for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's the balance is more on the bottom. So because Tino Libaak is more a right-hand side player, you don't need a really heavy, powerful racket. But it's super easy to handle and it's easy to control. You won't get as much pop or power on the shots, but it's a very good racket. The quality is there. Nox, outstanding R&D department. I really love this racket. I mean, I think they made it exactly for him to his requirements. He's always a right-hand side player. We call it the right-hand side player. He's the handyman. He's the one who sets up the points for the left side player to really put it out. As you know, Tino Libaak is Leo's Augsburger, another Nox player partner. They've been playing together since they were young, and they do an unbelievable partnership in between them because Leo Augsburger, also known as the Hammer of Padel, has a huge, powerful game. Honestly, it's a delightful racket. Hit light, easy to handle. Let me tell you. I mean, what would you rate this racket on defense?
I mean, I guess let's go. Let's do pros and cons first.
Okay,
So
let's do pros and cons.
For me, obviously, the weight is more in the center, so it's not as heavy on you. You do have that control. Okay, so if you're playing the right side and you're really playing too hard and you want to control that ball and control the game, this is the racket for you. I play the left side, so I see things a little differently.
Yeah.
But if you're that style of a player, this racket's a great choice for you. When it comes to another pros, is price. This is under $300. So
Wow.
this is these that's a good price for this racket, for this quality racket. Nox makes premium rackets. When it comes to the cons, I mean, as I say, I play left side, so I'm looking for more so I have to put a lot more effort for that. And that's kind of the only con I have.
Yeah.
But so what did you think about it when it came to defense? Why don't we rate this?
Defense, it's easy to come out of the walls. You don't get that extra pop on it, but if you have the muscles, you can really get a lot out of this racket. Defense for me, I will rate it at 8.5, 8.75, almost a 9, because of the lightness, and it's very, very quick for you to be able to defend.
How about your offense?
Offense, same thing. Sometimes, for me personally, I need a little bit extra weight on the racket for me to get that backspin on those volleys. But it's a solid racket overall. I mean, on the aerial game, it's you don't get as much power, but you can generate power if you're a good paddle player. This racket for me is ideal for, I would say, a high beginner, low intermediate, advanced, obviously because our competition. But overall, it's a great racket, I think, for any level, because the lightness of the racket, it will be great for a low intermediate and a beginner. The price, you can beat the price under under $300.
So what rating do you give this in the cost
in offense, I will give it the same thing, 8.5, 8.75.
So overall?
Yeah, because I like rackets, but it's me personally, but I think it's a great racket overall.
For me, defense was easy. It's an easy racket. I mean, it's light. You can control it pretty easy. Same thing with defense. But I have to give a little more when it came to defense. I was kind of like struggling there. I have to kind of really put more effort for this both to come out. So when it comes to defense, I'm gonna probably give it an 8. When it comes to offense, I'm gonna give it 7.5. So kind of like a 7 3/4 a general score.
Good.
Excellent. All right, so let's go over cost and where they can get this racket.
Well, you can get it at paddlesmashacademy.com. Go to the shop item right there on the top right, and you will find the best quality rackets in the entire world, especially these beauties. And why don't we explain our viewers, how do we pick the rackets that we want to sell?
I mean, we only have rackets on our site that we review. Okay, so we want to gain our audience's trust. So we use these rackets, we review them, and if they make the cut, they're on our site.
Yes.
So go over to paddlesmashacademy.com and figure out which racket you're going to buy.
All right, Julian, what's a new racket? I mean, I see that all the time on their site.
Are you kidding me? I mean, those are the rackets that we review on our channel, and max we use in no more than 7 minutes.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. So we take that racket, we review it, we probably play with it, a minute or two?
Yeah.
Right? And same thing with you for that day. And afterwards, that's it. We put it into our shop, and you could take advantage of this and get anywhere from 20 to 40% off.
Exactly.
We are all things paddle.